Decisions made in Trenton and Washington, D.C. have a direct impact on the operations of our public schools. As a local school board member, you can make a difference for your community's children when you advocate for education before our legislators and congressional representatives. When I became executive director of the New Jersey School Boards Association, I made a pledge. That pledge was to make sure that local boards of education have a seat at the table where critical decisions are made. You, as a local board member, have an important role to play in fulfilling that pledge. During this brief video, our lawmakers express a desire and an appreciation for your input as they craft the laws that govern public education in New Jersey. After all, those closest to the schools are in the best position to address the issues affecting our children. The legislators' comments were recorded at the NJSBA and New Jersey State PTA Annual Legislative Day, and also in interviews with Ray Pinney during NJSBA's Education Matters program.
You mentioned the respect you have for role of board members. Any advice you give them on communicating with their legislators on these issues?
Yes. Call us. Email us. They are the ones on the front line. They know in real time what's working and what's not working in the schools. Are the proposals that we're putting forth, do they make sense? Are they unworkable? Are they unaffordable? But reaching into their individual legislator is a very important part of the process, whether by phone call, by meeting, by email, because they are the subject matter experts. And they also understand, I think, more than almost anybody else, that the future education is not about just simply dollars and cents. It's about focusing on what the outcomes are. And these school board members are continuing a very important and proud tradition of excellence in our public education system, and they should be rewarded and thanked for that now and going forward, and making their communities a better place to live and to work and to raise their families.
Well, we need to know firsthand the issues that are impacting your association, and these are difficult times. And we're no experts in any field, so the more input we get from associations such as school boards and our constituents, the better it helps us to craft legislation which will help your association and help the residents of the state of New Jersey. So I think it's invaluable to have input from associations and constituents everywhere I go. And I spend a great deal of time meeting with groups in my legislative office just to talk about the issues at hand and what's really impacting them and how we can try to help them and help other New Jerseyans. I've gotten some great ideas for legislation over the years from various school board members.
Well, first of all, education is the foundation of a just society, of a prosperous society. And for education to be most effective, we as legislators have to hear from families, from taxpayers, from students, indeed, about what their concerns are, about what's happening in their community with regard to their education. So it's fundamental to communicate with legislators' concerns so that we know firsthand what needs to be done to improve education in New Jersey.
As a state legislator, I know how important it is to have those partnership with your local school board members. My own hometown of Hamilton, I've worked very closely with our school board members on legislation ranging anywhere from transportation issues to special needs education, and working all across my district. Having that partnership means we have the ability to listen and make sure that we're making decisions that are better informed here in Trenton. So I want to again thank the School Boards Association, all of our school board members for all the work that they do in our community, because again, the future of our state really runs through our schools, and those schools are best managed by great school board members that we have, and again, with that partnership with the state. So thank you.
We need face-to-face time. I respect that, I appreciate it, and it gives me something to think about. So it's very important. When I was on the Board of Education, I needed to hear from my constituents. Now as a legislator, I need to hear from my constituents and also from representatives, whether it's PTA, school boards, anyone involved in children's education. You need to be talking to us and letting us know what's happening in your school, in your district, on the ground. I thought I knew how to reach out to my legislators and have an impact, but I never realized how much of an impact I could have as a school board member until I became a legislator.
It's essential to hear from school board members because you're on the front lines. You deal with it every day. I mean, if we're dealing with the issue concerning park or charter schools or funding or superintendent's cap, you deal with this every day, and you put real facts and faces around what are really hypothetical issues to the legislature otherwise. So the most important thing is to reach out to all of your legislators, assemblymen, senators, and let us know what you think. Without doubt, New Jersey has the best education system in the nation. It's looked at as a model by other states, but we have to keep it that way.
As a legislator, it's so important that we really keep in tune with some of the issues. I know personally I meet on a regular basis with school board members from my own community and my other towns I represent, because really they're on the front line. They can tell us the problems they're having, not only with state issues, but with their local issues. And I mean, instead of reading about something in a newspaper, they're there. We hopefully help them with really what's going on and get some effective help for them.
Should they communicate issues at the local level, state policies, to their legislators?
Absolutely. When that's how legislation is created, is someone will call up and say, you know, Steve, you know, this doesn't make any sense. Why is it this way? And, you know, a lot of times they're not wrong, and we do legislation and you fix it. So, you know, when you have school board members, and they're the boots on the ground, and they're seeing things not working the way they should work, that's when they should reach out to us, because we're not there. We're counting on them. You know, they were elected. They take on an awesome responsibility on a school district. You know, they don't get paid. I was in 5-hour meetings and school board meetings, and, you know, I didn't think that was possible. You know, getting
We try to advise them to keep the meetings a little shorter.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Well, I'm glad they improved, because I remember getting out of meetings 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And it wasn't the public, it was the board, you know, and what we were dealing with. So I think that, you know, again, there should be, when they see something that needs to be addressed, instead of complaining about it, they should reach out to us.
The message is clear. Regardless of political party or geographic region, state leaders value your viewpoint. Advocating for public education and your students is central to your responsibility as a school board member. It's a responsibility that involves building lines of communication and establishing relationships with your legislators. The New Jersey School Boards Association is your partner in building these relationships. We offer many opportunities for advocacy, including legislative district meetings, as well as legislative forums at County School Boards Association meetings and at workshop. Most important, our governmental relations and member engagement staff can provide you with guidance on communicating with your legislators. School board members are selected to represent the goals and aspirations for their community's education programs. They represent no special interest other than that of our students. No one is in a better position to advocate for public education than you.